I'm with PNC Bank in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm often asked, what does PNC stand for? I'll just throw this out. Will anyone take a chance what they think what it stands for? Not you, Sharon, you know. Any? What does it stand for?
Please, no charge.
You're close, yes. When I feel very smart, I say, please, no credit, or probably no credit, or probably no customers. But when my daughter, she was 12 years old, she came home one day and said, Daddy, I know what PNC stands for. And I said, well, I've heard a few things. What did you hear today? She says, well, I heard in your building that in the bathrooms, the walls are made of glass. So when you go to the bathroom, you pee and see. But it used to be Pittsburgh National Bank, and then in 1985 it merged with Provident National Bank out of Philadelphia, which was at that time the largest bank merger of its kind in the United States. It had made all the big news, all the big newspapers. They said, oh my God, the world is coming to end. All the banks are going to merge. There's only going to be one bank left. Well, we see that has not happened. And then most recently, you may have heard that we were the first recipients of TARP money from the U.S. government, and the same day we received it, we purchased National City Bank out of Cleveland, Ohio, and we suddenly jumped up to becoming #5 bank in the United States. So we have a very large presence in our legacy footprint, and I like the word that Mike was talking about the footprint area. It was the Mid-Atlantic states, and now we're also in the central United States. And also we have if you're in Florida, you'll see PNC branches now. They just changed from National City, about 140 branches on the east coast of Florida. Much to the chagrin of National City Bank, they got very big into the subprime lending, and that's why we're able to purchase them with government assistance and prodding to get out of the problem, those issues. You may also be aware that National City had a very large leasing group called NC4. It has now become PNC Equipment Finance, and it is one of the largest domestic leasing companies in the United States. Over 10 billion equipment loans and leases, over 370 employees. It is based in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is the legacy National City organization because PNC, the legacy PNC, did not have such a large presence nationally in the leasing area, but now we do. And we really like their model, and we can look to expand it. Although I would say, again, with one of the prior speakers, Michael, earlier before lunch, he said that we are becoming more customer-centric than perhaps National City was. So PNC wants its leasing services to be provided to customers of the bank. Here gives you a quick chart of who the largest leasing companies are here in the United States. See GE, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PNC, JP Morgan, and down the line. This is what our PNC Equipment Finance Group does. For our corporate clients, it's very much limited to our footprint, meaning wherever our brick and mortar branches are and lending offices are, that's where we provide our customers with leasing solutions. Vendor programs, where typically I'd be considered out of market, out of our footprint, would be typically dealing with very large companies, Fortune 500 nationally. There are always exceptions to these rules. And then we have specific strategic markets. Aviation finance is a very large group. It's based out of Idaho. It's one of the largest aviation finance companies. I didn't even know we had a Gulf finance group. I think that's kind of interesting. I just found that out. And we do have a little bit of international, but it's really just based in Canada. Where I personally come in play with my group in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is on the international side. And we have worked for over 30 years with the U.S. Export Bank on their programs and are the largest user of their programs. And two particular programs that I want to mention is one is the Working Capital Guarantee Program. This is pre-export finance. This is when a company has a large overseas orders typically and they don't have sufficient borrowing base that their local bank will lend to them against. So the Ex-Im Bank offers a 90% guarantee to us, the lending institution, in order to provide a larger borrowing base so we can lend more to them, either against their work in process, their exportable inventory, their export receivables, and provide them the working capital necessary to complete the overseas order. We have about $300 million outstanding in working capital guarantee programs right now. We have 4 people focused on that alone just in Washington, D.C. right now, and that's why we're the largest. They work predominantly with our business credit, or we call our asset-based lending group, because it's very much of a lending against asset values. That has been growing 20% a year, especially this last year when the credit crisis, a lot of our companies are looking for additional working capital, and if they have export orders, we can provide it to them if we get the EXIM guarantee behind us. Now, the program we will be talking predominantly about today is the medium-term financing program. And we have been the largest, this will be the 5th year in a row we're the largest users of this. And we have 15 people in Pittsburgh. I'm one of these 15. And I'm the only one who does not speak Spanish and Portuguese, and that's why I'm here today to speak to all of you gringos. I work predominantly with exporters around the country trying to promote this program as a sales tool, and we have some success with that. We have an infrastructure which lends itself well to this program because it needs an infrastructure. As you leasing companies like Aaron will find out, having an MGA is nice with EXIM Bank, but there's a lot of back office operations you have to deal with. EXIM Bank is a very bureaucratic organization. Great people, especially the salespeople. I think they're wonderful. But the credit people back in D.C., they are bureaucrats and will find ways not to do business as opposed to do business. It's a problem but we've been able to make a living at it for a number of years, so I guess we're doing something right. So we have business development officers, we have documentation specialists, we even have collection specialists because we do not want claims under this program. We do not want to have the customer default and claim on EXIM Bank because once we start doing claims administration, we stop doing new business. We have 4 credit underwriters, very important in trying to get this business done.